This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
He was a giant, and he was a cowboy. Now these two former rivals have joined forces to bring you the most insightful, perceptive, and controversial sports talk podcast in America. Former Dallas Cowboys defensive end Jim Jeffcoat locks horns with former New York Giants wide receiver Byron Williams. And now, here's Byron Williams and Jim Jeffcoat.
She can do the ballet all night long. Yeah. What I say? All right. Well, tell me what I say. Yeah. Tell me what I say right now. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say right now.
Jim, we got a little Ray Charles bringing us in today.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
we do.
Cliff Odom. Hopefully you got the email. I sent it a few times to you, and if it's not in your spam, I don't know where it is. So until you get out,
I'm gonna try something, and it might work, might not. But hey, we're here.
That's right.
We'll wait for Cliff.
Exactly right. So again, hopefully Cliff makes it on. Let me see. Let me get our banners up here working so we look like we kind of know what we're doing. And, Jim?
Yeah. It's a beautiful day. Super Bowl this weekend.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about it. I'll get Cliff right now.
All right. A lot of news coming out there, Jim. A lot of news, A lot of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and field conditions and the whole media circuit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this one. And it was interesting. They had already said that there would be some they were worried about there was going to be some issues out there with the players, but there hasn't been any issues that I know of now.
Not really. In fact, Super Cowboy, who we had on the show before, he's out there at Media Day. Him and Princess Angie, I think, is his co-host.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're out there in I think row 58. He actually asked Andy Reeves a question, and his question was what kind of taco he liked. So soft taco or the hard taco. So Andy Reeves, he liked the soft tacos. There you go. So a big information get by Super Cowboy.
Yeah, and they also said that they asked me if I was a tree, what kind of tree would I be?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So what color is your favorite? Yeah. So they're doing their correspondent reporting duties very well over there. And what do you want? He's a Cowboy. He's a Cowboys fan. What do you expect from that?
Okay, so, I'm gonna send this to Cliff and get him on the show. But hey, we'll just talk.
Yes, I'm good at that, Jim. I'm very good at that. I've been that.
Yeah, you are very good at that.
My father always told me I had
just some things I wanted to talk about is been a lot of coaching changes right now, obviously with the Chargers. Jim Harbaugh is bringing a lot of guys from Michigan.
Yeah.
And he's bringing them to the Chargers with him. He's bringing the defensive coordinator. He's bringing the linebacker coach. He's saying the former OC for the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
And he's bringing quite a few of people that he's been around. And I think Jim's going to do well out there. I think that's the best thing that could have ever happened to Herbert is to get Jim Harbaugh as his head coach.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of coaches do today. I think maybe Bill Parcells was one of the first one to start doing this. That way you go in, coaches know you, you know them. They can get the system up going, start coaching the players, all saying the same thing. And there's no, any kind of pause in training and stuff. And that's the best way to do it, Jim. I don't know about you when you were Colorado or or with Dallas or different places you were.
Well, we brought our staff from San Jose State
Right.
to Colorado, and Mike McIntyre. I had worked with Mike all the way back to the Cowboys, and the other coaches had worked with him at San Jose State.
Right, and you hit the ground running, right? I mean, it's just you guys
knew what we needed to do.
Right. So that's the way to go today, and that will make that'll make the Chargers quicker. They'll be, instead of half the year or 3/4 year, everybody's learning each other right away. They know what they want to do, and
exactly.
Yes. So I think I got Cliff underneath here. I will remove myself and put him in here and explain technology to him when you get him up here. Would you please, Jim? Because I don't know what the heck's going on. All right. It is Cliff Odom, folks.
Hello, everyone. Hello, fellas.
Good evening, Cliff.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just to introduce you to the viewers out there, this is Cliff Odoms. Cliff he was drafted in 1980 by the Cleveland Browns, played for the Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, and then he played for the Miami Dolphins. He played 13 years in the NFL. He has two sons. One is a coach, right?
Yes.
Mississippi State, right?
Yes. Cliff Jr. is a coach at Mississippi State, and my youngest son, Chris, Chris played 13 years. He played 3 years in the NFL with the Atlanta Falcons, Green Bay, and Washington, and currently he was the defensive player of the year in the first year of the USFL.
Oh, okay.
And also he's returning this year to play again for the Houston team in the United Football League, UFL.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Chris is he was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, correct?
Yeah, I tell you what. Chris, he played. He wasn't drafted by him, but he was picked up after his first year in the USFL with them.
Okay.
About 2 years ago.
Yes. And
like I say, he's been had a chance to be around for a little bit and getting a little experience and stuff going.
Yeah. And Cliff Jr. is Mississippi State, you said, correct?
Yes.
Before that, where was he at?
Yeah. Previously, the last few years he was at New Mexico State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And they've had some pretty good. Last few years been pretty good, and he was just hired as the special team coach at Mississippi State in Starksville, Mississippi.
Yeah. Have you been to Starksville?
Yes, I have been to Starksville. Yes, hey, some very nice people in Starksville, some great food in Starksville, man.
Yeah, but it's you stay at the Holiday Inn. You stay at the Holiday Inn in Starksville. That's the only place you could go. The food is great, but it's out there a little bit. Yeah, we all got those bells, those taps.
Yes, I had a good friend from Mississippi State, guy named Johnny Cooks. He was linebacker, second player taken back in 92 in the 82 draft.
Yeah,
and had a chance to visit them out there. Some great people out there, but it's out there. It's a nice little ride.
Unfortunately, Johnny's not with us anymore. So
yes. I hate to say that, man. He's a very good friend of mine, and he lost his battle with heart problems.
Yes.
With heart problems. Yes.
Yeah, I had some friends from there that I played with, and they were always good guys from Mississippi State. So.
Yes.
But we have something in common, and you didn't even realize it. When you played for Baltimore, and you played for Frank Kush when you went to Indianapolis.
Yes, I did.
I originally started off with Frank Kush, and
at Arizona State.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
He recruited me out of New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Arizona State.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. At that time, when he came in '82, he brought a lot of Arizona State guys with him. That was some very good ball players, man. Hard working, man. He definitely showed us the meaning of hard work.
Yeah, he did show you the meaning of that. And Rick Sherlock, who's a regular, he was having problems getting in. He got in,
Oh,
And
okay.
you'll hear from Rick in a little bit. But yeah, he was interesting. He would bring all these kids from the East out to Arizona.
Okay.
And Frank was, people talk about being hard. He was hard now. I was a freshman. I'll never forget this. We were playing Kansas State, and we won the game. And he didn't like the way we played. So back then, he would, you could do anything you want to college players.
Right. Right.
You could do anything to college players. And as soon as we got off the plane, we had to go practice.
Oh, man.
We had just got from Manhattan, and he was so mad he made us practice.
and y'all had won, and y'all won the game.
And we won the game. And he would, you remember, because you obviously in the same era as I am, is that you didn't have 2-a-days, you had 3-a-days, if you remember.
Yes. I used to think we was the only one doing that, but because coming from Cleveland, Cleveland and going to Baltimore, it was an eye-opening experience because, Cleveland is a real veteran team, and, a lot of older guys and stuff, they kind of have, they pretty much kind of ran the team too. And coming to Baltimore, Frank came in. That was his first year. Yeah. Man, he got rid of all the veterans, and we was a real young team. Maybe first, second, and third year players. And we getting up at 6:30 in the morning. We going for a run before we even practice stuff, before meetings and stuff.
Oh, I did that. If you missed the class, you had to run the stadium.
It wouldn't have been so bad. Is that we running through the woods and stuff in Maryland, and he would always take off after us to make sure that we was running.
Yeah. I know all those things.
He'll come by and tap you on your hip. Let's get up. Because 2 miles, some of the guys kind of walk a little bit too, but he would come behind us to make sure we kept the pace on.
But I had to there. Hello, Sonia. How are you doing this evening? But he was an interesting guy because he would bring us up that we practiced in the mountains before preseason training was in the mountains. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I was a freshman. And he would bring us up into these mountains, and you couldn't even run up this hill. You had to grab trees to get up to a campsite.
Oh my goodness.
And he said he wasn't really worried about football. He was creating you for life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he came from Windberg, Pennsylvania, steel mill country.
Oh, that tough country,
Yeah. And he was All-American at Michigan State as an offensive guard.
Yeah, the stories I heard, he was a tough little guy. He was a tough guy and stuff back in his college days and stuff, from my understanding. And he wanted all his players to be tough too.
Yeah, he did. And really did.
Hey, now were you there with Vernon Maxwell?
Yeah, Mad Max.
Oh, Mad Max.
Oh, you know about Mad Max. And it was kind of sad. Rick just said it. They had that same thing happen to them. They played poorly on Saturday, and they had to practice on Sunday.
I tell you what, the only thing that really saved us is that the players' union and stuff. That's the only thing controls some of these extra practices he was trying to get in.
Yeah, I played with Vernon in college. Mike Pagel, Gary Paget. Guys like that. I played with all those guys in college.
Oh man, I tell you what, we like I said, they came in when Frank came in with the Colts, and and he was there with us when we left to go to Indianapolis, and like Mike Pagel, Pageant, all those guys, man, still great friends of ours and stuff.
Yeah. Because they understood Frank. You had to understand them.
Yeah. You definitely had to understand them, because that's one thing. If you was one of Frank's guys, he had your back. He had your back.
He really did, because he promised my parents that I'd graduate.
Okay.
Even that he resigned 6 games into my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
And he he punched a punter under the helmet. And he had promised my parents I was going to graduate. So even when he resigned, he'd sit in the back of our rooms and make sure I was there.
Oh man.
And you remember, I made sure I was in all my classes. Yeah,
Hey,
he did.
well, like I said, he was definitely a man. He was definitely a man of his word. And if he said something, you better believe he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was I feel like this. It was an eye-opening experience.
It was. Yeah.
And I tell you, it definitely made me a better player. It really did. It really brought the toughness out of me. And believe me, if like I said, if you want one of his guys, he was gonna be in your corner the whole time, man.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna be in your corner the whole time. But you had to be that special guy, though, man. To understand
and to play for him. Defense, it wasn't so bad. It was the offense that
you're absolutely right.
Time, but defense, he kind of left us alone.
Oh, okay.
Played hard and he was fine with us, but offense, it was unbelievable. The quarterbacks, he'd be on all day, and just anybody, the running backs. I mean, because I put Joe Riggs, Robert Weathers, but he made them successful.
I tell you what, when he came in, we had drafted Art Sleester, with the first round pick, and we had Pagel, there too, and I think Frank was leaning more toward Pagel than Sleester, but hey, your number one pick, you got it, you gotta play, and man, he would be hard on him too, man. He would be hard on.
Oh yeah, he was hard on quarterbacks.
Oh my goodness, man! I mean, hey, who you throwing that ball to?
He would have live practices.
Oh yes,
they didn't wear no red shirt.
No. Hey, we was full pads. We was full pads Wednesdays and Thursdays, man.
Oh yeah.
And goal line was live. I mean, taking people to the ground. So that was something different.
See, I played for Coach Landry too.
Oh, okay.
We were full pads. We never we went shoulder pads on Friday.
Oh yeah.
But that was it. I mean, it was full.
I tell you what, it had to be that old school, man, because down in Miami, those last years in Miami stuff on Fridays, we had full pad goal line scrimmage and stuff.
Yeah, that was Coach Shula obviously was one of that because he was at Baltimore before he came to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a couple of things. I know we got the Super Bowl and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
But things have changed in the NFL from when we played.
Oh, definitely.
Physicality. Some of the things good, some of the things bad.
Yes, I agree.
And there's things that I look at how they protect the quarterback, but they're not protecting defensive players.
Oh.
They talk about different kind of tackles that they want to outlaw, but it's hard enough to do your job anyway.
It really is because, come on, you can't tackle with the shoulder tackle anymore. You got a certain area you can hit the quarterback, above the belly button, but below the chest. I'm like, look, when you play people like Barry Sanders, you grab it and hold on to whatever you can get, whatever you can get. Okay, I don't care if it's shoulder pads, face, but you just try to grab something to get him on the ground because he has so much moves, man. You only have one shot to grab it, so you better grab and hold on for whatever you can.
I tell everybody this. If you play in the NFL and you played against Barry Sanders, you're probably on his highlight film.
Yeah.
Every guy that's played in it, if you want to prove you played in the NFL, take out a highlight film of Barry Sanders because everybody has missed him. Everybody.
I know because we were playing Detroit, man. And the main thing is like, look, hey, let's just get him on the ground. Get him on the ground. Hey, grab cloth, as they would say. Hey, whatever you can grab and hold on to the rest of us to get there. Because man, this guy had so many moves. It was just hard to get that knockout shot.
Yeah.
So you was just trying to break down and grab cloth there.
Oh yeah. And then the people don't understand there were different types of backs.
Yeah.
At that time, Craig Hayworth.
Ooh,
and how weak he was, he broke my hand.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah. And then you had different George Rogers. You had Earl. I was at the end of Earl Campbell's career, and he still was a tremendous player, obviously. And Walter Payton.
That was the man.
Because you'd rather him block you.
Yeah.
You'd rather him run the ball than block you.
Yeah.
They ran, if you remember, they ran that split back formation. And
yes.
And he always gets you your thighs.
I know. Oh, yeah. If he's blocking, you better protect yourself.
Yeah.
You better protect yourself here.
Yeah. And he thought it was funny too.
Yeah, he'd be laughing. Be laughing about it. My thing with Walter though, you get him on the sideline, you better be ready to tackle because you see him, he'd be heading toward the sideline, and most people try and relax, think he's gonna run a bounce. And at the last minute, he'll turn up and run you over right there on the sideline and get an extra yard.
Yep, he sure would. And then you had Suey too on the other side.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Matt Suey, those two, they were just tremendous backfield.
Yes, it was. Yes, they were.
What surprised me about the Bears in that era was that they didn't win more Super Bowls.
Yeah, because I tell you what, the way that defense was and that offense, they did a good. What I loved about their offense, they did a good job of ball control because they know if they got the lead, they've done ball control and and running out, and because McMahon was he was one of those good hard-nosed quarterbacks, perfect for Chicago because they wasn't going to kill you on the pass, but they're just going to do pass just enough.
Exactly.
Just
enough
for the run.
Just enough Willie Gaul and those guys. Yeah. Just enough to give you, but they wanted to run the ball because that's how Dicker was.
Yes. Now I got to ask you, man. Now, did you play them when they had Fridge back there in the backfield on the goal line?
He never played. We never had him on the goal line.
Okay.
But he was there. And we got killed by him. I think we didn't score. They beat us like 35-0.
Oh man.
85 when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we caught him in 85 too. And
we didn't play we played against him on defense, but he didn't play in the backfield. Well, Dicker loved Tom Landry.
Oh yeah. Yes,
he coached for him and played for him.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to model. He did model the Bears after them.
Yeah,
and with that mentality, it was just one time we was playing Chicago. It was in Chicago, and like I said, it was that '85 season. I'm that one of those middle linebackers in that 4-3 defense. And of course, they get down on the goal line about the 5-yard line, and they bring big men out, right?
Oh man,
they bring big men out, the Fridge out. And I had just seen what he did with Green Bay, run on the goal line with them. So I'm ready to get low. I'm telling my defense line, just get low. Let's trip this big boy up.
Oh,
last minute, they had an outside penalty and had to back him up 5, so they took him out, man. They come back up fast, man. Oh Lord. That was one day. I made sure I had my big shoulder pads on it.
Yeah. Remember those big old shoulder pads? Yeah. Rick Sherlock said no pads hitting leads to poor play and early. And I agree with him because your body can't get acclimated unless you hit.
That is so true.
In today's NFL, they don't hit.
No, I agree because that's why I see so. The tackling now, you see so many missed tackles. No one is wrapping up.
That's right. They don't. It's interesting. Pete Carroll used to have a tape on tackling.
Oh, okay.
How the proper way to tackle, but you're right. Nobody tackles anymore. They don't know how because they're so afraid of the rules.
Yes,
tackling because you can't get too high, you can't get too low. It's crazy.
I know. It's almost like, look, now, are we pretty much going to start playing touch football? Are we going to play flag football?
That's what it is. It's going to be in the Olympics.
Yeah,
football.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's getting to a situation where now you touch them the wrong way, they're going to call a penalty on your stuff.
No question. And that's, from a standpoint, you score more points, but you're taking away defenses.
Yeah.
I coached for a long time, and I coached at the University of Houston. They were running basically Rick Leach's offense. And the worst offense for defenses because all day they're working on it's basically 7-on-7.
Yes.
But we had to do drills to make our kids learn to tackle properly because they didn't know. They couldn't hit them in practice.
Right. Right.
So we had to work on drills doing it and how to roll tackle, how to fit a person up and everything. And that was the thing I learned about that and it was hard for the kids because they don't know. When we first got there, they were under Art Briles.
Oh, okay.
When I got to the University of Houston, Art Briles had just left to go to Baylor.
Oh, okay.
The defense came out with no shoulder pads on and shorts and jerseys. And we're like, what's going on? I said, Coach, this is how we practice. Art Briles had told them all they had to do was hold them to one less point than they said. Like, what? We ain't doing that.
Oh man. That is funny.
Yeah, it's true. It's something. I said, I can't do that. I can't let you kids. You're gonna kill yourself.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I know, man. And I know it gotta be special hard on pass rushers like yourself. Man, you get to the quarterback, you trying to grab whatever you can grab to get this man on the ground.
Oh yes.
And now, I mean, hey, you're trying to fight off this 300-pound lineman.
That's right.
Trying to get the back off of you who's trying to chip you while you're trying to get to him. And when you get to the quarterback, hey, you're just trying to get him on the ground.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you can't hardly breathe on them anymore because they're going to call off.
But what I've noticed is interesting about the game today is how the defensive and offensive linemen play. Mm-hmm. And I was watching the Dallas Cowboys, and they were playing with nickel players, safeties. Mm-hmm. And sometimes as a defensive lineman, you're not going to be able to keep that offensive lineman off of those linebackers.
Yes.
And those linebackers get up on a guy that only weighs 205.
Yeah.
And they're going to get squashed.
Hey, I think that's why Dallas has so much problem stopping the run.
Yeah.
They lost Van Der Esch.
Yeah.
And then the kid from the draft pick from Texas this year.
Yeah, he was
that was a big blow to the defense right there.
It was.
That was a big blow to the defense right there.
That kid was a player. I've been watching that player since he was in high school. He's from East Texas.
Yes, little small town East Texas.
Yeah, very small. And he was a football player, trust me.
Yeah.
But the thing I've noticed too is the teams that are in the Super Bowl in Kansas City and obviously San Francisco, they got real linebackers.
Yes.
They got real linebackers like yourself. They got guys that are big, they're powerful, they can run with Warner and Greenlaw. And then Bolton is from Kansas City. They got guys that can play the position. And they can pick on blocks.
Yeah. Hey, I totally agree with you. Because, I think they got probably one of the top three linebacker combos in the league.
I agree.
Because Greenlaw and those guys, they play some good football.
Yeah.
But what I'm concerned about, the last few games of the year, San Francisco, they've been giving up some yards on the run.
But and you know why? Because their interior defensive linemen have been injured.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
And I think that's going to catch up with them in the Super Bowl.
You think so?
I think so, because I think Kansas City have kind of found the run game. That little running back they got for Kansas City, he is running that rock. He's young, got them fresh legs, and he is running with a purpose now.
Do you know why he does that, don't you?
Not why is that?
I grew up we talked about it before. I grew up in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
In Vineland, which is South Jersey, close to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And his sister got murdered.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he said that he's running for his sister because they said he was mad.
Yeah.
Said, I'm not running mad. I'm running for my sister. And he does run hard.
He runs hard. And I'm not because really, I didn't think honestly, I didn't think they was going to be able to run against Baltimore the way they did. But they was able to control the line of scrimmage. Kansas City was able to control the line of scrimmage, run the ball, keep it away from Baltimore, and kept Baltimore offense on the bench a lot of the game, and that really opened up some cracks in Baltimore defense, because Baltimore defense was one of the top defenses in the league.
Yeah.
And Kansas City, man, they ran the ball on them pretty well.
Yeah. We'll talk about Kansas City first. Is Rasheed Rice. He's from SMU.
Okay.
He's playing really well.
Yes, he is. For a rookie,
for a rookie, he's playing well. And Mahomes, obviously, we know he's from White House, out by Tyler, just a suburb of Tyler. He's a different kid.
I know. That's why it's hard to bet against him. That's why
it is so hard to bet against him.
It is so hard to bet, because no matter what adjustments you make, he finds a way to figure it out.
Yeah, he does.
You might stop him for a half, but he's going to find some way to counter your adjustments. And with him and Travis Kelce, they got out there and started kind of making up plays on the go. On the go.
They really do. And Kelce,
to counteract your plays.
Yeah. Kelce, for 33 years old, is playing at a high level.
Yeah.
They Taylor Swift, no, Kelsey's been good.
Yeah.
He's working his way into being a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I agree. Because I tell you what, he's such a threat. I mean, you can put a linebacker on him, that's mismatch. You put a defensive back on him, he's going to muscle him down the field. It's just a hard cover.
Yeah,
it's a hard cover.
Him both and Kittle are really wide receivers playing.
Yeah,
they're big wide receivers playing tight end.
You're absolutely right, because
better blocker than Kelce.
Yeah, now that's one thing. I would rather go up against Kelce blocking, because Kittle, man, he's a beast on the blocks on the run plays, man. He will block you, take you downfield, throw you on the ground.
Oh yeah,
and then help you up.
I mean, you played against those kids from Iowa, so you know, like I do. They come from the farms of Iowa. Shoot, I used to play against John Hall, the offensive lineman at I can't remember his name right now, from Chicago.
Okay.
But those Iowa kids, Jay Hayes.
Okay.
Jonathan Hayes.
Right.
The tight end at Kansas City, when they had you got to mess with him, and then you got to mess with Okoye.
Yeah. Oh man. Now you bring back the days when they had Chris McCarty and Barry Word.
Remember that?
Barry Word.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah. Ooh,
that was a heck of a 1-2 punch, man.
Yes, it was.
Hey, by the fourth quarter, man, you like, man, hey, you beat up pretty good on defense trying to tackle both of them guys.
Yeah. I remember one time we played them, and we held Christian Okoye to 2 yards in the first half. We were all happy. We're going to win this game. It was in Kansas City. That man ran for 130 yards the second half.
Oh, man. I
got a quick question. Rick Sherlock asked me about Rex Ryan. He was interviewed by the Cowboys today, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, man. Okay.
I tell you what, I like Rex.
Okay.
I mean, he's different.
Yes.
But he is a good guy. And I think that he'd help him. I think he'd help the players.
Okay.
The thing I see with that is Michael Parsons is a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good, but he is not a every down pass rusher. He's a weak side linebacker.
Yeah.
If they were a 3-4, he'd be like Vernon Maxwell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But they're not a 3-4. They're a 4-3 front. So they should be playing as a will linebacker and bring him from angles. But he's athletic enough to cover. And Rex would know how to utilize him because he's had guys like that. Zimmer I've coached with Zimmer as when he was a position coach and as the defensive coordinator. He get a lot out of him, but he's not for everybody. Some guys won't play for him because he's gonna get on them.
Okay.
He's kind of like Frank Tush. Ron Rivera, I don't know that much about him. I know he played it, the position, but I don't know that much about him as a defensive coordinator. So somebody had asked me that. So, but
okay. Hey,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, Rex will be an interesting candidate here for Dallas because he's going to mix it up, and he's going to bring in those multi-formation defenses to get getting the quarterback's head.
Yeah,
he's gonna be somebody that's gonna have that offense, the other team's offensive coordinator thinking about this all week long and what kind of defense he's going to face.
Exactly, and he's like Jimmy Johnson. He's a defensive line coach by trade, but he understands how to attack, and he's gonna have, like you said, he's gonna have linebackers. He's gonna have real linebackers playing the position, and that's the thing.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what I like about Rex, man. He's never gonna be that one defensive formation, where they can get what offense can get comfortable with.
Exactly, because he was coaching on the when the Baltimore Ravens won their first Super Bowl with Ray Lewis and all those guys. And
yes.
Syracuse, he was the D-line coach.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Because man, that defense back then, man, they was ranking that defense with the Made of Five Bears defense back when Rex was with Baltimore, and I think with the talent that he got here with the Cowboys, I think he can put a pretty good defense on
I think he
on the field.
He has to get some linebackers.
He definitely got to get some linebackers.
But if he can get those, because I don't know if Van Der Esch's career is over.
Yeah, and I hate to see that because he was a good linebacker, but
he was.
Those neck injuries, man, they are so delicate.
You know it too because you played the position, so you understand that. It ended a lot of careers, neck injuries.
Yeah, and the kid and the young man from the linebacker from Texas they got this year in the draft and stuff. Hopefully, he can come out there. Was it an ACL or MCL injury? Injury.
But he was
hopefully he can come back.
He was originally a safety, and he grew into a linebacker.
And that's why because I think it's like 235, 240, and can run.
Yeah.
So
he grew because when he was in high school, I recruited him.
Oh, okay.
So when he was in high school, it was like I said, another team out there by East Texas, by Tyler. He was a true safety, and he could run. He could really run.
How big was he in high school?
He was about 205.
Oh, okay. And see back that for a safety, that was pretty big for a safety back in high school.
He was the offense. He was the in that little school.
Oh man! Well, I tell you what, he turned out to be a real good athlete in college, real good player in college, and
he did.
I was confident he's going to be a good football player for Dallas. Also, just got to get him healthy.
And that's the thing you see because of all these spread offenses, you're losing these true linebackers. That can play the position because they got to do so much.
Yes.
And as opposed to, you got the Roquan Smiths over in Baltimore. The other one, Patrick Queen. Those are still linebackers, but you don't see them as much as anymore.
No, because back when we played, especially playing the 3-4 defense that I grew up in with Baltimore, then with down in Miami also, our linebackers anywhere from 240, 250, because every play you're taking on that offensive guard pretty much every play.
That's exactly right.
And now they covering them up with those 4-down linemen to 4-3, and they hopefully big enough, the linemen big enough to hold off those offensive linemen and let those linebackers run.
Yeah.
But it's just hard when you get against some of these running teams that's going to try and run it down your throat, and you got a 210-pound or 250-pound linebacker.
When I first came, you're right, because when I first came into the NFL, I played obviously for Tom Landry.
Okay.
I played the flex defense, which is really in theory, a 3-4 defense.
Yes.
You have 2 guys off, 2 guys on the ball, and our linebackers could run. And
Yes.
they, things that. But when I was happy when Jimmy Johnson came in. We started playing edges as opposed to having to play. Watch the Washington Redskins at the time. I know they're the Commanders now. Ran us out of the flex.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you couldn't play it against them because I'm playing against Joe Jacoby, and he's outweighing me about 45, 50 pounds.
Right. I tell you, those Hogs, man, believe me, I caught them a couple times in my career. Unfortunately, it was back there when John Riggins was running the ball.
Yeah, Riggins. We played him twice a year. We played him twice a year. And Riggins was he was a tough old joker.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And I tell you what, they'll run that little counter sweep, man. I tell you, with Joe Jacoby and the other those big Hogs, they come running through there. Woo, Lord.
But interesting, you didn't play with him because he was already retired by then. The best offensive lineman I've ever seen in my life was Dwight Stevenson.
Oh, now the White, I had to play against the White twice a year when I was with the Colts because
that's right.
The same division. He wasn't a real big guy. But he was a technician. If he got he got his hands on you, you was going nowhere.
All those guys from Alabama were technicians.
Yes, they were. They were technicians, man, and they would use their body to position you just enough to get a seam for that running back to hit the hole, man. That they were, like I said, technicians. Once they got their hands on you, you weren't going anywhere. You were not going anywhere. And
they had plays where he pulled.
Yeah,
he pulled, and he could cut off the defensive end.
And I tell you, and that was very rare to see a center be that mobile. I mean, like it crushed me when he got injured. Injured his knee.
ACL. Today he would have been playing still. But unfortunately, then he didn't. But that was an incredible. They had some good offensive linemen. Richmond Webb.
Yes.
And we played you. Now, were you in there and when we played you in that Thanksgiving game?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Hey, I tell you what, that was one of I think my last season, and pretty much I was pretty much a special team player at a backup role, and the one of the starting linebackers went down, and so I had to step up and play, and I'm out there slipping and sliding in the snow. Believe me, we had game planned all week for Emmitt Smith, right? I mean, we got to stop in. Emmitt got banged up, and
Rich, I know it was
I think it was
Lincoln Coleman.
Coleman came in the game, and he wasn't on the scouting report. I mean,
he wasn't.
He coming out running the ball like a madman. Like, what is going on? We could not bring that guy down, man. He had to have over 100 yards rushing.
Lincoln Coleman. Yep.
Oh my God, man! Like, who is this guy?
The play that obviously you remember the play was Leon Lett.
Oh yeah,
to pick up the ball. So I'm on the side next to Jimmy,
right?
And Jimmy's looking out there, and he's yelling, "Jeffco, what are you doing?" I looked at Jimmy and said, "What are you talking about, Jimmy? I'm right next to you." And he looks at me and said, "Then who is that?" I said, "That's Leon." Then he goes, "Oh, Leon, what are you doing?" Oh man!
Oh man! I tell you what, that game right there, that's one of the craziest games ever. Because
that was because I sacked Marino twice in that game. Me and Dan were in the same draft.
Okay, that's right.
I know Dan forever.
Hey, that's right. That was the Byron Williams draft, right?
Yes.
That was that draft, the 83 draft. It wasn't known for the quarter. It's known for Byron Williams out of University of Texas.
Right.
He was the man of the 83 draft there.
Yeah. But the fastest man in the world. At least that's what he tells me.
I got to give my boy Byron some props and stuff here, man. Hey, 83 was known for the drafting of Byron Williams from the University of Texas.
Get John Elway, forget all those guys. They were just guys.
They were just guys, man. They were just guys.
It was Byron Williams draft.
but the Thanksgiving game, we coming up from Miami, all the weather reports stuff supposed to be a pretty nice day. So we're at the hotel Saturday having the meetings and stuff. It was nice and clear. Woke up Sunday morning about 2 or 3 inches of snow on the ground. Like, everybody come in, Cliff, what's going on, man? They know I live here in Arlington.
That's right.
I say, hey, man, you got me. I wasn't expecting this either. We driving in the snow, trying to get to the stadium and stuff.
Yeah, that was crazy that day.
Oh, my God, man.
We had one of those winter storms, and they'll hit Dallas.
Because coming from Miami, I think we left Miami, it's like 80, 85 degrees. And we come up here to Dallas, we were not expecting this weather. Yeah. But one thing I got to say about the game, Shula wanted that game bad. Because him and Jimmy weren't quite friends.
Did you know the whole story behind that, right?
I do. I think tell everyone because I don't think a lot of people know the story about
Jimmy wanted Dave Wanstead, and Dave Wanstead, if you remember, was at USC, and he went to Miami to be the linebacker coach.
Right.
Jimmy wanted to be the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And the only way that Shula would let Wanstead go if he took his son David.
No.
The big thing was. So he took David, and after a year, he fired David and hired Norv Turner.
Norv Turner. Oh man, I was thinking it was going back from when their days back in when Jimmy was the coach of University of Miami.
Yeah,
because Schuler, he ran Miami. He was the man in Miami. But when Jimmy came on and took University of Miami to the next level.
Oh man,
it was all the talk was about Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, and I don't think Shula likes sharing the spotlight down in Miami.
I can see that. But that was what it was about, David.
Oh, okay.
And then David, I think he coached somewhere else for a couple of years. He might have went back with his father.
Oh, okay.
And he took over the restaurants. Because you remember the Shula restaurants.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, his other son kept coaching. He's still coaching.
Yeah. Because it's his youngest son. He was a decent quarterback, and like I said, I think he kind of found his niche in the he's quarterback coach or offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he coached at Alabama.
That's right,
coach. If you remember.
That's right. He has some success at Alabama. I tell you, because like I say, the son that took over the restaurants and everything, I don't know if he was quite quite ready for that NFL coaching level.
And it's tough. It's difficult as a player and as a coach.
Yeah.
Now let's get to the game.
Okay.
Kansas City and San Francisco. You mentioned that you thought it's hard to go against Mahomes.
Yes.
But my question is, how do you stop McCaffrey and Samuels running the ball?
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough duty for the Kansas City Chiefs defense, especially since they lost one of their top pass rushers against Baltimore.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's gonna come down to whoever has the ball last. Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one of.
Everybody says that. They said it's gonna be a tight game.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna give that edge to Kansas City. I think Kansas City is gonna be able to run the ball, and that's gonna keep San Fran offense on the sideline, and I think Kansas City gonna do the same approach the way they did Baltimore. Run the ball, play. Take your shots when they're there, and that's one thing Mahomes they got good at, not being greedy, taking what the defense give you, and then take that kill shot when they come up to try and stop the run. And I think that's why I'm gonna get edge to Kansas City.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question. Obviously, us being here in Texas, Mahomes' dad, Patrick Sr., got arrested for DUI, and this is what his third time. Do you think that's going to affect Patrick? The last time it was his brother who got in trouble.
Yes. You know what? If this would have been, I think if this would have been the first time, maybe. But now I think you know how it is with family. You love them to death. You love them with all your heart.
Hey, get them the tickets, put them over there, and let me alone. Let me go play.
And I think Mahomes now is kind of is used to it now. I'm not saying he expects things like this, but I think he's used to it now. I don't think it's going to be an impact of effect with him. I'm sure he probably send his people down there, bail him out, get Pop straight and get him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did, but it was funny because his father was played for the Cardinals. He's a baseball player, but his father a little bit of outlaw now. A little bit of an outlaw.
Hey,
interesting.
Hey, Pop living a good life now, man.
Yeah, he is.
Pop living a good life, but no, I don't think it's going to be an effect. I really don't. I think he's kind of. I think he's kind of used to it now. That things happen, and like they're your family. You do what you got to do to help them, protect them, keep them right, and keep moving forward.
You're right because when my family in the Super Bowls, they went to California, Atlanta, and Jimmy was smart. He got everything done before we even left.
Yeah,
because he knew how families, because they could drive you crazy. And he had it where they couldn't call you or anything. After Wednesday, it was done. He had somebody, if you're gonna have a problem, call this guy, Bruce Mays.
Oh, okay. Hey, he was y'all fixer.
Fixer over
there.
Who he was. He was our fixer.
Hey.
And if they had a problem, they come to him. We didn't even know about it.
Hey.
Wives, significant others, mom and dad. They had all the tickets and everything.
That's what you need, man. Because really, you got 50-something guys on the team. You're trying to stay focused on. So come out of 53 guys, some gonna come up. Some gonna come up, and you got to have that one person that can handle it. You got to have that one person that can handle it.
And we have basically when you're in a place like Vegas, and that's what's scary. Both of the teams are about 25 miles away from Vegas.
Okay, good.
And they made sure that, because just like you said, things can happen in a city like Vegas. And what I noticed in this Super Bowl, as opposed to other ones, they're gouging prices like crazy. Tickets are going from 11,000 now. They think they're going to go down to 9,000 for one ticket.
Yeah,
and over $1,000 a night to be on the Strip.
Man, and that's what the Super Bowl brings. I mean, it brings it raises the prices on everything. And well, one thing, there should not be a shortage of room. You should better get your room there.
Not in there.
But you got to be willing to pay the price. You got to be willing to pay the price, but you should better get your room there.
Yeah.
And just real quick, I know we'll finish talking about the game. Do you think the Cowboys, Dallas, would ever get the Super Bowl back?
I hope so, because I'm getting old. So I think their best chance was last year.
Okay.
This league, you got to remember, Kellen Moore's in Philadelphia, Vic Fangio's in Philadelphia, Dan Quinn and Joe Witt are in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be tough.
I know.
I like Dak Prescott. A lot of people don't like him, but I just think it's going to be hard because every team has improved.
It really is. No, I was want to say, do you think the city of Dallas would ever get one? I mean, Dallas not in the Super Bowl, but the city itself would ever get another shot hosting a Super Bowl is what I mean.
I think they will. They were afraid of because of that storm.
Yeah.
Last time they hosted them, but I think they'll get it.
Yeah, me too. I think they've done a lot of work over here in Arlington, making sure that the freeways are now they flow a lot better.
Yeah,
coming off of 20 and 30 on to 360, getting into the stadium, and
exactly.
I think the city deserve another chance to host the Super Bowl. Just showing how we really do it down here in Texas.
Yeah, I agree with you, and they'll get another one. And now, they have to show well when they do the World Cup.
Yes.
In soccer, because they got the most games in the obviously in the country.
Yes.
And so they got to do it. They'll get another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Jerry ain't going out like that.
No, I know. All right. So, sorry to get sidetracked. I just had to get
No.
But getting back to the Super Bowl, who you think going to be the key factor, the game changer for the Super Bowl? You think?
I think Chris Jones.
Think Chris Jones? Okay.
I think he is going to have to have a heck of a day.
Yes.
He might be the MVP.
I gotta agree with you because he's a game changer.
Yeah,
he game changer. My guy is going to be Boza on the D line for San Fran.
I can see that.
He got to have a hell of a game. Excuse me, a heck of a game Sunday because he got to get some pressure on Mahomes. He got to get some pressure on Mahomes, and they got to keep him. They got to keep him in the pocket and not let him make those plays on the run.
And he's a Miami kid, St. Aquinas.
Oh yes, yes. Well, I tell you, Boza. I played with his dad in my in Miami. His dad was the first round pick for the for Miami Dolphins, and it's just amazing how both your sons come out and be tremendous athletes like this. But like I said, my game changer would be Boza.
I would see that. I think offensively, I think you mentioned it as Pacheco as well, and I think on San Francisco, obviously Samuels, Ayuk has to do well, and McCaffrey.
Yeah. And on the Kansas City side, of course, Kelsey got him. He has to have a big game.
Yeah.
And the kid from SMU, I think he's going to have a good game. I think he's going to have a good game in the Super Bowl.
Hanley has to be another one. They're going to have those receivers. And I think Andy Reid is one of the best coaches.
Yes. And I tell you what I love about Andy Reid, man, he's another coach that can make adjustments to your adjustments.
Exactly.
He see what you come out with, and he's not afraid to change his game plan to counter what you're doing on the defensive side.
Exactly.
And I tell you what, I think it's gonna be a close game.
I like Kansas City, but I just think the most talented team is San Francisco. But you make the point. Mahomes is a difference.
Yeah.
He's that dude. He said, I am him.
You're right, because I was, like I say, if I was betting, I was telling everybody Baltimore. It was Baltimore time to win. I just knew Baltimore was gonna take care of them, and Kansas City, they just came out dominating, showing, hey, we are still the team to beat.
I agree with you. I did the same thing. I thought Baltimore was going to run away with it because Lamar Jackson was playing so well, his defense. And Kansas City showed me something.
Yes, it did. And with San Francisco, because come on, Green Bay, they took San Fran down to the wire.
Yeah,
they took San Fran to the wire, and even Detroit. I mean, Detroit. I
agree with you.
I was pulling for Detroit. I mean, you go up with about 19, 20 points at half, thinking it's under control, but it always happened that old word momentum.
That's exactly right. That's right.
When it changes sidelines, it's hard to get it back on your side.
Yeah. Well, we're at the end of the show and everything, and appreciate you. You're a better host than Byron. I'm gonna let him know that.
Hey, I tell you what, it's my pleasure. Hey, I always enjoy talking to you.
Anytime you want to come back, just let us know. And Rick said it was a fun show tonight. Love the stories. Rick is He was a regular, and we got another guy, Jason, who's a
Oh,
regular.
okay.
We appreciate you coming by, and we got to have you back.
Hey, I would love to come back. I tell you what. Hey, before I go, I want to give a score on the game.
Yeah.
I'm saying 35-42. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I do. 35-42 is what I'm going. Kansas City.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right.
You guys
have
have a good
evening.